Oh, g'day folks, welcome to the show. Today you catch me cleaning up the bike after a 4-day circumnavigation trip around the state of Tasmania. Lots of bugs to scrape off, that's for sure. So I guess we should start at the beginning. We left Launceston on a Thursday and headed off to Burnie to start with. Welcome to the show. Today we travel to Strahan from Launceston on a circumnavigation of the state of Tasmania. So grab a bevy, sit back and enjoy the show. Run that intro. Okay, first stop, the old Carrick Inn. Full crew ready to go, and early. Wowzers. And it's raining. Ah, let's put some wet weather gear on. Fuck it. If Rob was here, he'd know what to do. I'm going to put you away. Talk to you soon. Bye. Fucking roadworks everywhere you go in Australia. They've got the road duck and dug up. Stop the edge. Coffee, morning tea. Let's get stuck into it. If anyone asks Susan, he's having a solid roll. Like Tony is. And Mark, what do you have, Mark?
Dirty stick and scallop pie.
Burnie, and we headed off to down the west coast. We called in and checked out Waratah just to have a spell, hoping to grab a beer, but of course the pub was didn't start serving until 3 o'clock, so we called in there and took a couple of photos and some footage of the waterfall. Oh yes, how did that sound? You gotta love the sound of a Harley in the morning. If you want to learn a bit more about the beautiful city of Burnie, jump on Kev's Capers. He's another Tasmanian moto vlogger. He cruises the streets of Burnie in his big red Honda Goldwing, so it might be worth checking out his vlog if you want to know any more about the area of Burnie. There's our sign, 189 kilometres to go. Mining town, well known for having a waterfall right here in their town, like in the middle of their town. Hopefully I'll be able to show it to you. And we've decided, in our infinite wisdom, that we'll pop round to the pub, have a beer. And I know that you can see the waterfall from the pub, because I couldn't take you on a tour anywhere and not show you a waterfall. Jesus, that's just not fun. You see the mine on the top of the hill there, hopefully you can see that. Only just so. You can walk down to the waterfall, but we won't be doing that. Not today. So there's the Waratah waterfall, right in the heart of the town. That big introduction to the group. Timmy and Tammy. Lee and Carol. Mark and Tony. Here. Seemed to be a lot of the road dug up, but not a lot of activity on any of it. So we pushed our way through those. And then Paul had a warning light come up on his road guide. So we called into the Tulla pub, because that's what you do when the warning light comes in. You don't want to break down and be broken down where you can't get a bevy. I guess that's the theory behind it. So we called into the Tulla pub anyway, I digress, and had a beer. Made a call to the local Harley dealership, which is Richardson's Harley Davidson here in Tasmania. And had a chat to one of the techs there. Got that sorted out. Had a beer, checked out the pub, beautiful old pub. And then we headed off again heading towards the inn. Tulla. Last time I come down here I got petrol there. Oh, we're going to the pub. Nice. And why not? Injured already. I don't know what I've done. I think I got hit by a bug. First stop for a drink is the Tulla pub. So we'll just have a quick bevy here and then we'll keep heading. Cheers.
Children have been playing.
Paul's worried about a yellow light.
Oh, well, howdy there. Hey,
You work it out, Paul?
A trip just to keep in touch. So we've left Launceston. We've travelled along the Bass Highway. Up to Burnie, we stopped and had a feed, up through to Somerset, then down to Hellier. We called into Waratah pub, but the pub was closed, and then we've come back out down this highway and we're here now at Tulla. So we've still got to get down to here. So I'm assuming we'll run in this way down the coast to there. And that'll be day one. We'll settle in and have a couple of beers. I am. I don't know whether they can hear.
How are you?
I'm good, mate. How are you going?
Good. Let's go get another beer.
Is that the next stop? Where's that at? When the light comes on. So what's that, Zian? So this... Righto, so we're out of Tulla. Back to plan A, heading to Strawn. We'll see what eventuates from there. I guess this is where the story gets a bit interesting. We get to the Zoon turn-off without too many issues. Turn off to head to Strawn without calling in, and hoof up the highway there again, heading towards yet more roadworks where nobody's actually doing any work, and the roads are pretty good, but all signed up. And I'm at the back of the pack, tail end Charlie, and just off in the distance behind, and kept at a distance all the way, was a white four-wheel drive that followed us basically from Zoon all the way through to Strawn. And if you have a look at footage here, I'll see if I can depict him in my rear vision mirror, following us most of the way. Just kept at a nice distance behind, so I could just tell that he was a white four-wheel drive. I don't know whether we're going into the town centre or we are heading straight through to Strawn. That answers that question. Zoon will be for another day. This guy follows us, well, this vehicle, I don't know who's driving it, of course, at the time. This vehicle continued to follow us just at a distance all the way through to Strawn. I remember thinking to myself in the process, I thought I'd actually mentioned it on the video, but I hadn't, what a good job that bloke was doing, keeping up, because we were up through some of the twisties. We was having a bit of a crack, and it's a pretty good job to do that in a car, let alone a four-wheel drive. So, which was fine. Didn't sort of think a lot of it until we got to the limits of Strawn and the speed limits, and we backed right off, and this guy caught up to us, and it was a police car that had followed us all the way. So yeah, I thought we might have been in a little bit of strife. And it kind of works out that we was a bit. They'd actually built a roadblock in the town of Strawn and pulled us all up for a bit of a chat, which was interesting. It's like the speed we were doing wasn't great, and we had an obscured number plate, which was of concern to the police, because apparently mainland groups come down here and hide unlicensed and unregistered riders in the pack, so they were pretty keen to pull us over and check out Alex's bike and his number plate, which was obscured by his wet weather pack. Innocently pulled out in the breeze while we were riding down the coast. So yeah, they pulled us over, checked out the bikes, checked out a couple of licences, run around with a breathalyser in the hand, but they were in no hurry to do the breathalyser. I guess they could tell that we hadn't been drinking. Pretty much, I'll show you the footage for that here. They're good guys.
Trouble guys.
Roadworks if we get over 60 times for that long, so I'm not going to take it easy, but we were on 80 Ks,
Yeah.
the whole group. Poor old bloke in the back, I can't remember who was in the back, probably you mate. He could probably see me behind, the rest of you couldn't, so.
Come on, what are you doing?
Oh, what sort of tail end Charlie are you, mate?
I was holding him up, guys. I was holding him up.
If you advise, try and observe the signs. We don't always agree with them, okay? But if it says 60 and I'm following, you've got to do 60.
I was just following the leader.
Yeah, that's what sometimes happen in the pack, all right? You follow, just be conscious, because these blokes obviously could be around the next corner on the west coast. That's all I'm asking you to do, that's the reason I stopped you. Sometimes also an unlicensed rider gets in the middle of a group. I'm hoping you don't get pulled over.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to make sure everyone was
Oh, we haven't
licensed.
tried that yet. Yes, we have. That's why we were on a couple of times.
That's the only reason I asked my colleagues to pull over. Make sure we like to know who's in town too, because it's policing, you know, so no issues, you're welcome.
Let's stretch your shout tonight, because I see he's got the communicator on. He hadn't told you guys that the police are behind you.
But yeah, and look, from behind I couldn't tell if it was good. The backpacks are behind, so it was a bit of a blokes with our opinions what it's like in the work and say, well, if they're younger blokes, at least they know we're in town before they call us. I love seeing pillions because it means they've got the wives with them, they've got the handbrakes.
He left his behind.
You sure you don't want to grab someone and cuff them up for me? It's all good footage, mate.
Oh, would be, mate. Good on you. All right.
Here's a view from the bar at the hotel where we're staying. It's not too bad, is it? Oh, the Village Inn it is, here at Strawn. So I think we're having dinner down at the bar. Right, yeah, tonight, riders watching this channel, you've got to come down and do that. It's amazing road. So we did that, we come through, then we got railroaded by the local law at the border. We might have been sneaking through a little bit quick, but the coppers were good. They looked after us and gave us a bit of a chat. Wanted to know who we were and what we were about, checking that we weren't in any trouble. So then through, we checked in at Strawn Village, so we could just give you a picture of that. We sat up there and had a few beers this afternoon. It's quite a view from up there. And then we're down in the village proper to have a bit of tea and a couple of beers. So day one almost done. A few beers, a few laughs to have and a feed, and then get some sleep, ready for tomorrow. The forecast's not great, but we'll take what we get and we'll deal with it when we deal with it. That's the luck of tour in Tassie. Alright, enough of that. It's time to go and have a beer and feed, so let's go.
It took that long. Must be driven.
We thought you must be talking to one another.
Oh, here he goes. He's got.
Here he comes.
He's still alive.
We're probably lucky to be
I'm missing a person. It's my dear wife.
What's she saying to you?
I've got a chair here for her.
What's she saying to you today?
Don't eat too much.
Well, that's what Strawn looks like after a dozen beers. Can I help you, sir?
Can our mill love a beer?
A beer. What would you like?
I'd love a bunch of red, please. No one else should be served tonight, but thank you.
Oh, no worries.
That'll be $15.30. I'm in it for the money, bro. He's good for a tip too. Just throw the jar in under him. Alex, what can we help you with?
You got any black sand?
No, we don't.
I'll have a Corona.
A dose of Corona. There were some Victorians down in the bar. Can't see them. That'll be $450. Don't drink it until you paid for it, Alex. Jesus, man.
Double price. Alrighty,
So that was pretty much day one. Big day, few beers, bit of rain, running with the law. We called it a night, went off to bed, and ready to face day two, which was Strawn into Hobart. So hope you enjoyed that episode. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this sort of content, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll see you for day two. Cheers.